Perfect. Awesome. All right, you guys, first of all, I just want to say that I'm so proud of you guys to be on at 11 or 9 or noon or whatever it is on a Monday. This right here is a win. If you do nothing else today, you just won by doing this, because when you show up in times that it's inconvenient, you're telling the universe, you're telling God, you're telling yourself, I'm serious about this. Because how many times do we 8 a.m. in Alaska? Oh, hey, girl. Okay. Now that is very, very impressive. If it was 8 a.m., I wouldn't be on. No, I'm kidding. Now I always will, because Sarah, was it Sarah? She's setting the tone for the 8 a.m. risers. All right. But when you guys, the difference between people who have success in this type of business and who don't are the people who show up when it's inconvenient. It's easy for us to say, it's inconvenient. I don't have the time. I work a full-time job. My kids are in sports. I'm traveling all the time. My kids are sick. My husband won't let me. How many have the spouse that are like, but it's our time together? I remember 10 and a half years ago when I was married and starting my first network marketing business, that was a big thing. And what I want to tell you is the best thing that you can do is show yourself and show the universe and show God and show the people around you you're serious. Like, my kids know that I'm going to show up for this when it's inconvenient, because when you show up where it's inconvenient is when you make it easier to show up all the time, and when you really make the difference. It's showing up when in your workouts, it's showing up all the time in the spaces of inconvenience that really help you rise. Because when people say they don't have time for their business or this, what they're really saying is they don't have convenient opportunities to make it happen. Nobody does. It all comes out of where we're creating these spaces, and then how we view it, right? I'm visiting family right now in Michigan. I see them about 6 times a year. It's not convenient for me to be upstairs for an hour of it,
8,
working
actually.
maybe 8, you're right.
Yeah.
Working my business, but I'm going to do it because it's what we do when we're serious about what we're saying we're showing up for. So excited to kind of just dive in today and really set you up for inviting to our business opportunity call that's on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Tabitha and I will be running it. We are not following the typical business opportunity slides that we do, because we want to give something organic and different. So we're going to be sharing, we don't know yet, but we know it's going to be fire. We're going to be sharing a little bit different, and we're going to try to keep it like short, like 20 minutes. For Tabitha and I, that's going to be very funny, but we're going to try to keep it short to 20 minutes so that it's easy and duplicable for you guys to share to so many. Because I think a big thing is that we feel we need to verbally diarrhea on people sometimes with all the information, because they don't have time to watch a video. And when we put the words and the details in, when we put ourselves in charge of that, we can really actually take away from the impact, because we're saying too much, when our job is to deliver the energy, the excitement, our personal feeling about it, our excitement for them to learn, and then give them a tool that teaches them everything else. So we want that tool to be short and sweet. We're going to try our best to deliver that on Wednesday. So we want to really set ourselves up for getting people there. So how do we get people there? A lot of times we wait till Wednesday and we're like, hey, I invited 2 people this morning. Let's see what happens, right? But it's the days leading up to it that matter the most. So when you are throwing a birthday party, it's the days leading up to the party that set the party up for success, right? It's not just showing up at the party the day of and thinking that it's going to be what you want it to be. So you're really wanting to make sure that you're painting the picture and the vision now. So we're going to help you get a simple post up today. We're going to help you get some simple stories up today. And then we want you to commit to talking about the business in the ways it's impacted you and why you love it in your stories, in your post, in your reels. If you're feeling fancy, you should be there if you're not there yet, because that makes the difference leading up to our Wednesday opportunity call. And then Tabitha and I are committed, as well as other leaders, I'm sure, would be so committed to do it as well. Meaning leaders, we're all leaders, meaning leaders who are comfortable with verbiage. Anybody that you guys need help with conversations, either getting them in or after, we're here to help you through those. So what we really want to talk about today is, I want to give you just a little bit of painting the vision, and we're going to jump ahead. So painting the vision of the business to others, coming from a space, you guys, that actually made other people say they never wanted to be in a network marketing or direct sales company again was huge. And I'm going to say that again, coming from a space and landing here, coming from a space that made other people feel like every opportunity feels restrictive, feels like you have to check all these boxes, feels like you're not doing enough, feels like it's really hard to have success, feels like it's really hard to make money. That's where a lot of people are. I'm just going to be honest with you. And a lot of people are in network marketing and direct sales companies that don't have a product like ours. And do you want to know why they don't have a product like ours? Because there's a million skincare companies, there's a million health and fitness companies, there's a million other whatever companies. There's no other company doing what we're doing. Are there other CBD companies? Yes, but they're not the certified organic with the complete transparency, and no one has mastered the nanotechnology with sound and pressure without using harsh chemicals like we have. We literally have something no one else does. Not only that, we're standing on an industry that is about to explode in the next 5 years by like 47 billion or something. Like, I don't care if you're freaking Simple Sally standing out on the corner just talking to people walking by. You do that for 5 years and you're going to have success here. Like, the only way you're not going to have success here is if you don't try at all, ever. The only way you're not going to have success here is if you say it's too hard after 30, 60, 90 days because it's hard for you to find the convenient spots. That's not where you build your business. The only way you're going to find success here is, or the only way you're not going to, is if you quit. That's it, right? So we want to help people see that vision. So when I'm talking about the business, and I just had this kind of conversation with Kelsey very briefly earlier, she sent me an invite, which was amazing that she had wrote. And I was like, I want to take exactly what she said and then kind of put in what makes it different for me, I feel like, when I deliver. So there's a way to give information and invite. Then there's a way to give energy, excitement, a little bit of your personal testimony, and then invite, right? And that's what you're doing in your posts. That's what you're doing in your stories. That's what you're doing when you're talking. And that's how you're really going to be doing, kind of moving people through. So for me, painting the vision leading up to this opportunity call, I'm going to be talking about it to the point where I think in my head, I'm probably annoying people, and heck yes, do that. That means you're doing it right. You're not annoying people. Not everybody's seeing your stuff. I love every one of us so much, but we're not that important to everybody. Everyone's not watching us every day being like, I can't believe she said that again. They don't really know. They don't really pay that close attention. So painting the vision over and over. And these are the things I'm saying that are painting the vision. For me, it's we have a CBD product that is like no other. People have used CBD before, but they're using something that they don't even know what is in it. We have the transparency, we have the certified organic, we have the nanotechnology with sound and pressure. We have something that no one else is doing, number one. Number two, we have a comp plan that's very cushy. Okay. It is easy and fun, inconvenient, but easy to earn the bonuses that we have available. We have a community and people, when people say it's different here, and this is my favorite thing to talk about right now, is how many people are like, it's different here. If I wasn't here and I was another network marketing company and I was seeing all the people here saying it's different here, I'd be like, oh, that's a nice sales pitch. How can we tell people we're not saying it's different here because we're trying to get you here? It is freaking different here. Why is it different here? I'm breaking that down. Why is it different here? Because even from the number one to the person who just enrolled today, everyone treats each other like equals. I've never been a part of a company where the founder is FaceTiming me because I had a great month and enrolled 9 people a couple months ago, whatever the heck she did. I don't even know. She FaceTimed me. I didn't see it. And the Tabitha said, Meredith called you. I'm like, what just happened, right? It is the small details here that matter the most. Not every place has that. You're not a number here. You're somebody that's making a massive difference. And so painting the vision in the fact that the industry is going to be blowing up in the next 5 years. Not only that, our company is in the 5th year, and in that S pattern, we are in this space of rapid and massive momentum right now. It is the time for this company. Here's the vision sentence for me. It's the time for this company. It's the time for this product. It's the time for this team. It's the time for hemp and holistic wellness in the US because of the fact that we all just went through the whole pandemic situation. People want to have more control holistically in their homes of their health. And this is exactly the spot for so many reasons that it's perfect for everybody. And when I talk about it like this in every space that I possibly can, and when I talk to people about it and I want to make this clear in my messages, I'm voice clipping people. I don't care how pretty and wrapped up and energetic a text is to somebody trying to paint the vision, but when I'm talking and I'm stressing my voice and I'm so excited right now, you guys, I could type this in the chat or I could tell you what's moving your soul right now. The words or my transfer of the words. So really make sure that you're transferring that vision to people with your energy. And that's a huge one too. So you guys are in the right spot, you're in the right company, you're in the right space. It is not going to be convenient. It's going to be inconvenient, but do you want to know what's really fun about this life that we get to live, this one human experience that we are in right now? Is that you get to create it and decide literally if you want to view it as inconvenient or if you want to view it as spontaneous. If you want to view it as, oh, this is really hard, or if you want to view it as like, this is really fun and brave. How do you want to view it? Because how you view it is how you transfer it. If you're having a hard time getting people to buy the products because you think that it's the price high, that's your thought belief you're putting on them. And everyone will believe you until you switch your belief. If you think it's hard to enroll advocates because people don't want this type of business, that's your belief that you're putting into others. Figure out a way to switch that, and then they're going to believe exactly what you do, because right now, I guarantee that something I just said helped shift a tiny perspective in you because of my belief. All we need to do is help other people borrow our belief and help them do the next thing. So I'm going to hand it over to Tabitha, and we are going to go ahead, and I have just like Tabitha, I was just looking at the text I sent you and like following through, but you just take what's next and we'll just go back and forth. Tabitha and I are really good at not having a plan.
And this is how I've built my entire businesses, just FYI. I'm not saying that
Yep.
that's what to do. I'm just saying that it can work if you are just willing to say, okay, here's the thing that's most important. And then now I'm moving to the next thing. And then sometimes I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do it. So really quickly, just to piggyback on what Lindsay said, that was beautiful and amazing, and really put us in great alignment for working our businesses and creating so much energy in this space, because there's so much energy in this space. I hope you guys feel that. I hope you feel it. When I came into this, it's funny, someone told me the other day, like, I don't know anything about CBD. And I'm like, neither did I. I used it. That's all I knew. I used it and it helped me. That's all I knew. I knew nothing about it. I knew nothing about, like, I didn't even really understand that it was a completely different plant than marijuana. Like, I didn't know. And when I came into, and one more thing I want to say is that so often there are advocates that feel like they've not had success because of numbers. Like, maybe you don't have, like, you just came into this or you haven't been in it very long and you don't have these numbers to show, because you see a lot of leaders and you see them putting numbers out and it's like, that's really inspiring, right? But you're sitting there thinking, but I don't have these types of numbers. Neither did I when I came into this business. But I came in on fire for what we had. And that's the energy that I transferred to people. And that's literally all you need. All you need is painting that vision to these people that you talk to and sharing, because we can say, oh, it's different, or oh, this is a great product, or oh, this helped with my anxiety, or oh, this helped with my, sleep or whatever. But if you don't go deeper into what this is going to do for them and ask questions and be bold in transferring that, it just isn't going to, it's not going to sell the product. It's not going to inspire the people to try. I mean, I share about anxiety all the time. You'd think that people are just flogging, like knocking down my door to get my CBD product. That's not the case. Actually, you might be surprised, but that's not the case, because I've got to paint the picture as to what this is doing, what this business is, why it's different, and all of those nuggets in between. And it doesn't happen in one post or one story slide or one business. So those of you who want to build this, don't worry about the fact that you don't have the numbers. You don't have this, you don't have that, so what? Like, none of that matters. You just come into this with excitement and learning how to share those things, and it's going to be beautiful. Okay, so I want to tell you guys that I'm going to create a post for you so that you guys can, if you want to use it, you're welcome to. I'm going to create a post that's going to kind of actually talk numbers of CBD and Green Compass and when they came in and what they did and the double and the whatever, okay, doubled their numbers and all of that. I don't have that written up. When I get off of this call, I'm going to work on that post. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it into our team threads for anyone who wants to use that and put a picture with it. Something that's really amazing that I also want to piggyback off of what Lindsay said, and I didn't really realize this or put this together until I went to leadership in January and I was with Meredith in her vehicle and we were going to the lab because I got to go to the lab to learn about how they basically, you know, how they create the products and what they do and what they do in the lab. And she said to me, she said, you know, when we came into this and we started this company, it was 2019. So think about the timeline here, 2019. And Katie Lambert knows more about this than I do, but so 2019, they created this amazing product. And then what happened? COVID hit in 2020. Can you imagine like coming out, like saying, hey, we have this beautiful product, and then COVID hits and like, but they like skyrocketed, like they skyrocketed because of multiple things, but just how incredible is that? And to know that a company overcame such a beautiful like thing in a really unsure, you know, unknown time, that's incredible. And they didn't, they didn't quit. Exactly. They didn't just quit because they knew what they had and they knew that people wanted it and they knew that people needed it. And so that right there shows you just so much about, I think, everything and just why, like, I believe that we're really here, that they were put in place for this incredible, you know, for us, and here we are, and how beautiful. So, okay, with that being said, okay, so I'm going to get you that post when we get done, so that you guys can tweak the post if you don't like what I say, but you can go off of it. You can totally do it. Done is better than perfect. Just put something up because people need to know what we've got here and the difference and the growth and all of that. And I'm a numbers person, and I feel like probably some of you guys are too. And I think it's really impactful to see the growth, because if I am joining a company, I want to know that they're solid. I want to know that this product is unlike anything else and that they can't get it anywhere else, right? So we want to paint that picture for them, and we're going to do that in that post for you. Okay, so now what we're going to focus on is we're actually going to focus on what's most important, which is getting people on Wednesday night's call, okay? This business will pay you several different ways. If you just want to affiliate market this product and sell this product, that's fantastic. You can do that. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to pay you to build a team. That doesn't have to happen fast, but think of if you recruited, you know, 1 to 2 people a month and you talk to every single person like this was the best thing that you've ever seen. Because that's what I'm doing. But I've been, like last month I shared, I was kind of focusing on PCs. And so I didn't really talk about the business as much, which it showed in my numbers, and that's okay. So here I am kind of reflecting on last month and digging into what I feel like is most important and how I can add to my team. So let's dig into creating dig into creating a list of people that you want to invite to Wednesday night's call. So I already have a list of people that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I started this list last night. And I have 5 people that 2 of them I think will for sure sign up this month, and 3 of them I don't know. But they're interested, they're using the product, they love it, right? If we can get people in the door with the product and they love it, they're the perfect person to ask if they would be willing to learn more about our opportunity and what we have. And something I always like to share with people who, let's say you have somebody who they're just not sure if they would build this, and you're not really sure if they would build it. They're not sure if they would build it. You don't really know. Is it the best route to have them enroll? Because if they're really not going to work the business, like blah, 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 all these things, right? I always tell people, if you sign up as an advocate, of course, you get to make commission on your own purchases. But how cool is it that you get to be amongst all of the resources that we have in our community and the community, and you get to learn more about CBD, how it's affecting people. And truly, that right there, in my opinion, could get someone in the door to realize like we have something so genuine. And I said this the other day, but there's a lot of companies out there right now, and they are so far from genuine, and they are like so dishonest, and stuff is going on. And I just hear this from like, I guess, like business partners and things. And it doesn't matter. We don't need to know about that, but we do need to know that ours is genuine. And when I talk to people, that's something else that I paint the picture is like, you will not believe when you meet the founders, you will not believe the heart that is behind this. Like, I can't even tell you how incredible it is. And to me, that's important. It's important for me to be alongside and cheering for someone for a product that I believe in, but then also it's not just about the product, right? It's about who's behind it and what they're doing and the love that they have for us, because they have so much love for us. They want to pay us. They want us to reach our goals and all of the things. So with that being said, I want you guys to start a list. Okay. And maybe your list, maybe you don't have that many customers yet. That's okay. Start wherever you are with a list of people that come to mind that either are customers, clients, or people that you're just like, you know what? I would love to run with them. I would love to work with them. They already have a storefront. They're business minded. They used to be in network marketing, but they're not anymore. Like, there's an array of people that will connect with this. Maybe they're a chiropractor. Maybe they're in the holistic business field. Like, that's their jam. They do sound healing. I just met a girl on Instagram the other day. Literally the craziest thing. I met her. We get to talking. She wanted, and I don't even know if she wanted information on my product, or I just reached out to her because she connected with me somehow. She lives in Colorado, but she's from where I'm from, like 30 minutes from where I'm from. And I'm in a real rural area. So it's wild to meet someone on Instagram. And has already bought the product and is like sold. She's holistic and all the things, right? So you just won't know until you get to talking to people, sometimes even on what their lifestyles like, right? Like, we don't know what their views on like plant medicine and kind of that sort of thing. She does sound healing is what made me think of that. She actually does sound healing. So how cool to be able to incorporate CBD into that. Okay. So with that being said, let's start with that. Okay. Create your list. Okay. Cause this makes it really easy to go off of, to be like, then we're going to shoot the messages. Okay. So create the list. I'm going to give you a couple minutes to brainstorm, think about these people, create your list. And then I'm going to give you, and this could be people that you've, like, for me today, my focus is I'm going back through all the conversations that I can find and kind of sift through that I had with people about the business. Okay. Months ago, they fell through the cracks. I'm talking to a lot of people. They fell through the cracks. I need to go back through my posts where I came into this business and I was like shouting it from the rooftops. And I need to go into those posts and I need to see who interacted, who was engaged, and who I can like, drum up the conversation because I've just let it go. So whatever that is for you, let's start with the list, and then I'm gonna give you a couple minutes to do that. And then we're gonna dive into actually shooting them a message with kind of the call to action of Wednesday night's Zoom. Okay. Ask a question if you have one. I'm going to mute myself. Okay, I just shared like a really easy kind of, you can tweak this because it just depends on maybe how you've talked to this person or what you've like, or your relationship with this person. But hopefully that kind of gives you an idea of what you can share. Um, if you've never talked to someone about CBD, then I think that you could just say something like, "Hey, Sarah, I don't know if you've seen my, posts or the things I've been sharing about the CBD that I'm using and just how effective." Like I like to talk about how effective our products are versus other CBD. And maybe just start out with that and then just say something about like, I would love to share more about like why people are having such amazing results. um you know we have an opportunity call, we have a call, on Wednesday night that's just going to explain blah blah blah. Would you want the link to that call, kind of thing. um there's so many ways to just share it, but just be bold in sharing this and make it you, and it's truly like they're probably not going to say no. It's just a matter of, do they have the time that evening to jump on? Which of course we'll record it. So this is great because now you're planting seeds and you're compiling a list now of people that you're going to be able to send this recording to if they can't get on live. So that's the other thing that you don't realize when you're sharing this in this moment and committing to this and carving out the time today, tomorrow, and Wednesday to, like, I would set a goal. Like, I'm going to have it like 1 to 2 people on the call. Like, I'm going to have, I'm going to do my damnedest to get 1 to 2 people on the call. Um, because sometimes, I mean, you could say I'm going to get 5 people on the call, but I've been doing this a long time and it's hard sometimes to pin people down on a Zoom. But if you can just get one person on the call, that's incredible. And then you have this awesome recording to send to people. Okay, does everybody have like a list of like, I'd love to know what your list looks like. Do you have 5 people? Do you have 10 people? Just drop it in the chat. I'm just curious. And if you're struggling to have the people to send this to send the invitations to, that's okay too. That's fine. We just need to break through that wall of that, whatever that feels like, if it's feeling hard. And maybe we need to do a post, right? Maybe we need to create a post, which we're going to do. I'm going to give you that. But sometimes that's how I pull people off of interest off of my posts. And so if we haven't been doing a lot of those, then that's going to be a little bit harder, but that's okay. You still know people that are human beings that are walking the earth, and we know a lot of those, and they're needing CBD. Okay, 15, 8. I love it. Okay, awesome. So go ahead and let's take about maybe 10 minutes to send an invitation like the one you totally can use what I said, or if you want to tweak it, fine. But let's send that to people and let's go ahead and make sure you're tracking, because sometimes if we don't track, I mean, I literally, this is how I track. Okay. This is the 5 names I have on my calendar. All right. So it's nothing fancy. Just make sure you're writing down who you're sending it to, because you're going to want to follow up with them. Because if they don't respond, then maybe you're just going to want to be like, hey, I don't want to bug you, but like, I just wanted to see if you saw my message, kind of thing, which that they saw the message, if you can see that they saw it. But or if you have someone that does want it, then on Wednesday, you're not scrambling to try to like, oh, I need to remind these people. Cause I do think it's nice to remind the people that said that they wanted to get on like an hour before the call, at least maybe. That's up to you, but I think that's good because life gets busy and people forget. Okay, here we go.
I also just want to say really quick, I love all of that. Do not make any assumptions for people. And if you're really at like I'm just not sure where to go, it is not hard. It's not bad to go to a post or a reel or anything that had nothing to do with CBD or this business, but look at the people who are just watching and interacting and liking other things. They're people that are at your table. They're people that are watching, and you can send that very easy, simple invite to learn more to anybody. So don't assume, don't make assumptions. Just know it's like I'm giving a business card out. You can take it, you can leave it. I have no worth attached to it. Okay. All right, if you guys just want to keep it up, let us know if you have any questions, just a few more minutes and we can move on to the next thing. All right, so go ahead and finish up this last one. We're gonna move on to the next thing. And what we are going to do now is we are going to boost your algorithm and prep your social media to be ready for all of the talk that you're about to share. So we often think that like if we post something or if we do something like, oh, look at everybody's seeing this. But in reality, social media is for being social. So if you're not being social on social media, then social media is not showing your stuff to anybody. If people aren't commenting, if you're not responding to comments, if you're not looking at other people's stories, liking other people's stuff, commenting other people's stuff. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to tell you guys something, and a lot of people don't believe me. I don't care about social media. I don't use social media for pleasure ever. My percentage is I don't watch people's stories. I could give a shit about their posts and I don't look at people's pictures. I just am not a social media person. So here's the thing, just because you're not a social media person doesn't mean you can't have a successful social media business. I get in social media, I do my work and I get out. What's the downfall of this? I'm not social on social media. So how's my algorithm? I'm only depending on other people liking my stuff for my algorithm. We can complain about our likes being down. We can complain that nobody's seeing our reels. We can complain about our algorithm being low. But if we're only putting content out, praying for the gods to give us all the good algorithm, then we're not doing everything that's in our control. So I've had to teach myself how to be social on social media because, to be honest with you, I don't care to be social on social media. So if I don't watch your stories and I don't like your post, it's not because I don't love you. It's because I really don't go on social media and scroll ever. I don't do anything ever. So if I am in your stories liking stuff, it's either because I'm working or because I really love you extra time. Okay. Because I will say, maybe I won't say 0%. I'll say 1%. 1% of the time, I'm like a few people I check in on. I'm like, ooh, let me see what they did today. So what we're going to do is be social on social media. You can do this on Instagram and you can do this on Facebook. I usually take 10 minutes in both spots. I like to do it after I've posted something that I want people to see or before I do something that I want people to see. I'm going to go ahead and do it on Instagram. You can do it on Instagram or Facebook. So you can pick one and you can do the other later. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to your main news feed and you're going to pull it down so that it gets just a new refresh. Okay. Oh, wait, don't go to yours. I lied. Go to the home button. Go to your Newsfeed, yes, not your page. Okay, pull it down, you've got a new thing. So the very first thing we're doing is we are liking 25 posts. Please make sure that you don't need to read all of it and like be really engaged in the post. Make sure you're liking like what you really like. Cause there's been a couple times I've accidentally liked something and it's been like very erotic or weird and I'm like, take that like off of there. So like the first 25, it can be quick. You can do it very quickly in 30 seconds, but just also be mindful because then that stuff starts showing up on your feed. So we're going to take the next 1 minute to like 25 posts. This is where I also use this as the time to connect with other people organically. If I see something that I like and I'm like, oh my gosh, I was just talking to a client about this, a friend about this, my mom about this, Jules about this, whoever about this, I'm going to take the time to just quickly share it to them. It makes people feel thought of because you are thinking of them, but you're doing it in a time that you're also maximizing your business. The other thing is I use this as a time to share these in my stories because as much as we want to believe that people just want to hear what we have to say in our stories, a lot of times the reasons people come to my stories and they'll say it is, oh, you didn't post your devotional today. I really love the devotional you're reading. Oh, okay. People like the quotes that we share too. So go ahead and take 1 minute to do that. It won't happen overnight, but if you quit, it won't happen at all. Ooh, I like it. So these are funny. Okay, just a few more seconds. I'm taking my time a little bit. I'm at 20, so. One, two. All right, so once you're done with 25, you're going to go back to the top, let it recalibrate to a refresh, and we are going to give a genuine comment on 10 posts. Okay, so don't overthink it. This once again should take about 1 minute. So if you don't want to, don't comment on it. If you don't like it, this is genuine. No, we have zero. All we're doing right now is being social on social media. Okay, I'm on number 10. This is a good one for everybody. The sky is not the limit, your belief system is. So don't ask what's possible. Instead, ask what do I want to believe is possible for me? All right, that is number 10. So we have liked 25, we have commented on 10. We're going back up to the top. We're going to commit to watching 3 people's stories. This is where you can get specific. If there's people that are maybe you've been chatting with and you want to love on their stories, new advocates or clients that you want to check in on through stories, or you just want to check in on some friends or just whatever. I watch 3 people's stories and I interact with them. Okay. So now we have been social on social media for 10 minutes. Your algorithm is boosted. You've commented, you've liked, you've interacted with stories. It is a prime time for people to seeing your stuff as well as you posting something and more people seeing as well. The more conversations you have going in your inbox also is something that's huge. So not only interacting in people's stories by hearting, but actually sending them a message, because the more things you have going on in your messenger, the higher your algorithm will be as well. So for the last 5 minutes, I'm going to turn it over to Tabitha.
Okay, so sorry, I'm trying to shove food in my mouth. So I'm working on the post, just so you know, get your picture ready to whatever picture you're going to use to promote this for the opportunity. I would recommend doing a picture of you, because people like you, they're friends with you, they know you, instead of just like a product focused picture. I'm not saying that never works, but I typically would encourage you to do like a picture of you. Like, it could be random, it could be candid, it could be something that you pull from 6 months ago. It doesn't matter. Don't overthink it. Um, but I'm going to create a post that's going to be really great to like grab their attention and talk numbers and then give them a call to action. Okay. So I'm working on that. Does anyone have any questions or anything that they want to say or share? Another thing I don't want you to forget either is our incredible skincare sale. So like while we were on this call, I voiced 2 people about the skincare sale. Because it's an amazing sale, because you're not going to find 50% off skincare, because it's a great quality line. And if you have people that are already loving the products, or you know they love skincare anyway, maybe just reach out to them and ask them if they would be open to use it. And yes, snag the skincare. Like, I just came from a skincare industry. And I love sharing skincare. I actually missed that part of it. So I'm really excited to be able to share these products, but you don't see 50% off skincare. Like, that doesn't happen. And when you, and no, again, like, you're not going to find a line that has, I'm not saying you're not going to, but we know the quality of Green Compass. You're not going to find a quality line that's incorporating CBG, which is the best cannabinoid for skin. So when people realize that it's going to help so much for their inflammation, that's a really great thing to share. So, so many things to share, so many things to invite to. Really quickly, just a quick recap. I was going to do this in our team thread, and maybe Lindsay, you and I can kind of do this, but just like a quick recap of the week of like what we have going on. So tonight there is the GC family call at 8 p.m. Eastern. Oh, and there's an onboarding call tonight too that Allie's doing. So if you're brand new or you want to commit to your business, tonight at 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern, there's an onboarding call. If you want the links to these because you can't find them, let me know, because I know this is kind of confusing. There's a lot of different things to incorporate, but Lindsay and I were talking yesterday or a few days ago. Really quickly, I don't want you guys to get overwhelmed by the calls. And I don't want you to think that you need to be on every call because that's not practical. I used to think that I need to be on every call because I wanted to build my business. In order to build my business, I needed to do all these things. And you don't need to do all of that. But I would encourage you to pick like a handful of calls for the entire month that you want to commit to, that speak to you, that speak to like what you're focusing on and what you want to work on. So, and then of course our opportunity call Wednesday, and then there is an overcoming objection call that Green Compass is doing on Thursday at 7 ET, so 6 Central. That would be good if that's something that you struggle with. Like that would be a good call to be on, right? And then next week, next Wednesday, if you do not have this on your calendar, you need to be on Wednesday night's call at 7:30 Central. It's Allie's recruiting call that she's doing, because this is what we want to do, right? And if you want to learn how to do this, then it's just great to pick up nuggets along the way, but it's nothing fancy. It's just talking to people and that's it, but it'll be good to be on that. So, I think that's it. Does anybody have any questions or anything that they want to share or say? Or I appreciate you all so much for being on here, taking the time to be on here, to plug into your business, to commit. It's only May 6th. So think of what we can do if we just create and carve out this small amount of time each day for our business and kind of map things out and strategize and just do the thing. So do we want to do a picture?
Yes, and I want to share one thing that might help you guys, because I know there's different ways to track your business and different things to do, but it can get really overwhelming. And then sometimes we just are doing the same thing every day, thinking that we're making moves, but we're always doing the same thing. And we're not actually doing all the things throughout the week that make a difference. I'm just linking the skincare in my stories real quick. So I want to show you this really quick. Oh, you mother trucker.
Do you need to share your screen?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Well, I don't think you
Yeah.
can, I make you a host, right?
Yeah, my notes section is being a little bia.
Hold on, let me figure out how to do this.
Okay. Oh, good. I'm there. Let me
Okay.
know when you.
There you go.
Okay. So I just want to show you this because you guys, if you guys think I'm more organized or I have more time or anything like that, then I just love you to death because you think I'm rocking it and I think you're great, because I really have my children 80% of the time. I live far away from my family. Their dad lives an hour away. I homeschool. They sleep in my bed. I'm literally with them 80 something percent of the week, and I still can run a business and I can still make moves. So I love all of you, but if you have excuses, I'd really love for you to just like look at the power you're giving them instead of the power you're giving yourself, and figure out the way to make this work without thinking that you can't, because that's just an excuse and it's just you leaning into the convenience over the inconvenience. Love you, tough love coming, because good Lord, I could have a lot of those. So with this, I work from a rotation. This is how I track my business. I don't do all the things every day, but every single day as I do things, I put a different emoji so that I do it. So like today, it's the fire is what I'm doing. So I see things that I have not done this week yet, but guess what? We just did our social boost. I just did some actions. I did some invites to the business. So basically what I do is I go through here and I will open this up in the morning, and it's like, what are the things I need to do the most of? And then I will come, okay, well, these are the things I haven't done yet, so I need to do these. And that's what I'm doing in my time. I make sure that I'm trying to do at least 4 lives on IG, 4 Facebook, 4 lives in the team a month, which doesn't always happen, but I'm trying to do my best. And some of these do with a little bit of other things that I promote as well. But for the most part, this is how I'm always trying to just work on a rotation. And this helps me to know what I'm doing, because if I don't do this, I sit down, I open my inbox, I check my comments, I check my stories, I maybe message a few people, then my work hours done, and look at all the things I'm never doing. Look at how many follow-ups I'm never doing, because I'm not. So when I sit down, what's most important today, my inbox might be full, but I haven't done follow-ups in 3 days. My ass better be in those follow-ups. because the invites don't matter if I'm never getting to any of the follow-ups. Like, all these things matter, not every day, but through the course of a week. And so working on a rotation has really helped. Now, granted, yes, some of them are more because there are some that are my daily non-negotiable, but for the most part, I'm trying to, and it's the beginning of a new month, obviously, and I just started this actual thing. Like, I've been doing it on a piece of paper, and I just started it in my notes section a couple days ago, like this week, to transfer it here to make it more accessible to me. But then, that's kind of how I'm just making sure that as long as all of these have within a few, and I'm going throughout the whole month, then like a few numbers of each other, then I know that I'm hitting all the things over a week. And that to me is success. So this is not for you to necessarily use. It's not for you to necessarily think is the way for you. What I do might not work for you. This works for me. And I'm just giving you outside the box ways to work your business if the power of threes isn't working for you or another way of tracking isn't working for you. I also have quite a few different ways that I respond to people's things. I'm going to put this in a document and get this stuff to you too. Because I know sometimes it's like, oh, they said this, now what do I say? So I have that in my note section too, and I'll be sharing that. But I really wanted to share this today. And that's it.
Thank you. That's really good. I think that that's so good for those of us who, I mean, I think we all just get overwhelmed because it's like, it is a lot of things. If we just look at it and like we sit down to work and we're like, oh my gosh, I got to do all these things. And then you just start like spiraling, if that's how I do things sometimes. So it's good to be able to look at that and visually look at a list and think, okay, like I'm going to do this and this and just check those off. Okay.
Yes.
I sure do love you all. Let's take a picture. Want to?
Yeah.
And then our next one, our next power hour, we're going to skip next week for power hour. And then we're going to do the, cause I really want you guys to get on that recruiting call and maybe focus on other things. And then the 22nd and the 28th, which I sent the graphic, but I'll do another reminder, but that'll be good to do a couple more power hours before the end of the month. Okay. Everyone say cheese. Ready? Awesome.
Yay. Thanks for getting on, you guys.
Yes, thank you. I hope this was helpful. I'm working on the post as soon as I get done here, and I'll tag you all, and then I'll get you that post, and you can do your post, and you can feel really good about what you're doing and feel accomplished because you've already done so much today. So
Yes.
bye.
Bye.